It's my gifting.
It is. And your calling and your coding. You're coded for this, not just called. The code, you hear the call an outside summons, but the code is in your spiritual DNA. You have to be a prophet. You have to be a dispeller of darkness. You have to speak randomly and sometimes recklessly. It just flows out of you. You don't have any filters. You're naked like we were in the Garden of Eden. You're exposed. The same word for crafty in Hebrew is the same word for naked. They have the same root. When it says that the serpent was more crafty or subtle than any of the other animals, the root is one is arom, the other one is aram. I think it is aron and aram. It has to do with exposure or cunning, slick, smooth, suave. It really means conscience. The serpent was more aware than any other animal in the garden, was more cunning. Now they have become like us, knowing science. There's a science to good and a science to evil. Scientific. God says all of it is in me. So we struggle with our duality because we don't know how to balance the ambience between good and evil. Because good in the mind of divinity may be different than it is in ours, and so is evil. It's not a bad thing necessarily. So we are constantly in conflict with the two, and we don't need to be. They're not enemies. They help define each other. They help describe each other. They walk hand in hand. It's like light and dark. You wouldn't know light, not by that title. If you didn't know darkness, you would understand cold.
And they don't fight each other.
No, they work with each other. They help define each other. They summons each other, invoke and invite each other. We're busy provoking and fighting instead of invoking and inviting. We can get away from all negativity if we, as Wayne Dyer says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you're really driven by, we refer to Holy Spirit because we believe that they're Holy Spirit or unhealthy spirit. I like to say unhealthy. It's not for, Jesus made reference to unclean spirits. I call them unclear, non-distinct energies. Energies that don't know their purpose. So they get careless, cocky, and crazy things happen. You don't have to rebuke and bind that spirit. Manage it, control it, command it.
It's you.
It's you. That's how simple that is. It's me. And integrity means the integration of the self and soul with everything that you are. You get angry sometimes, you get frightful, you get mischievous, you get happy, you get very self-centered, sometimes you're very totally giving. I know how to manage all of that. We all have personality disorders. It's really not personality disorder, it's personalities out of order. There's a time to have fear. There's a time to feel anger or a little bit of resentfulness. There's a time to feel, experience, and sometimes express a bit of hostility. But don't let it control you. Paul said, all things are lawful for me, but everything's not beneficial.